Why do cats not display the same?
Nestlé is a multinational, multi-trillion-dollar institution.
Sungazing is an ancient Egyptian practice.
Just a heads up, because I have to keep my community safe.
Full of raw dairy. So much so there's milk spilling out the bottom, and we can't even fit any more in, so they will have to come back next week.
I mean, they're big for a reason, right? They're so healthy. Very interesting. Welcome back, goons. How you doing? How you doing? They throwing away food. They throwing away food. They don't meet the standards. Would they meet some other country standards? Could they have shipped? We're going to keep it going. Welcome. Welcome. More weird, strange For You page content. And it's going to get interesting.
Yeah, let's go to the mountain.
Y'all, I'm gonna need my local farmers or even non-local farmers to help me out. My corn is doing some stupid shit that I ain't never seen before. So, what in the fuck is that? Like, the rest is normal. That's blown out. All normal corn. What in the hell is that? What the hell do you call that, boys? That's not good. What in the hell?
Bro, this guy just found the holy grail of corn. Corn truffles. That's what they are. I've been to Mexico. These are very rare. They're very rare and they're super expensive. If this guy's a farmer, he should know. He should know that these are expensive things. He's just made money. Bro, don't be destroying that. Sell that.
Is a producer in Hollywood.
Kriegte vor 2 Jahren einen Auftrag von Disney.
2 years ago, he received a task from Disney.
Alle alten Disney-Movies zu überarbeiten, in den Himmel diese Streifen einzubauen. So, when people see a Disney-Movie
also wenn dann die Leute einen Disney-Film schauen heutzutage.
Und sagen, weil Klinghardt, du sagst Klinghardt, dass diese Streifenbildung erst in den letzten Jahren so schlimm geworden ist. Dann sagen sie, hier ist ein Film von 1954, guck dir den Himmel an. Der hat die gleichen Streifen drin.
Look at this movie here from 1954. There are the same stripes at the sky.
Die Streifen sind ein natürliches Phänomen.
That then convinced people that the stripes are a natural phenomenon.
Mein Patient hat dafür $60 Millionen bekommen.
It makes sense. Why else would they pay the guy 60 million? Hey, those were some hard things to paint in the sky. You can't just keep them blue. You gotta add some things. I wonder if that's what older artists did. They went back and they added UFOs and... All right, we're going to keep it going.
Wow!
Bro, who's gonna know? Who's gonna know? You stop it. You stop it. That is great. Yeah, someone could use this somewhere.
So I've been researching electric cooktops, and then of course there's induction cooktops. Well, if you have an induction cooktop, you have to see this video that got no views on YouTube and probably no one knows about.
The back burner is on. We're at 12 milligauss. And on the front burner. Oh, 60 milligauss almost. Yeah, that's about 4 times higher than what Kaiser Permanente says is a huge miscarriage. So that's the unintended consequence of an energy-efficient induction stove.
So that was a frequency analyzer, and it appears to be detecting a lot of frequencies coming off of that. Anything that has that uses a lot of electricity, even though they say it's, efficient, it's emitting a lot of frequencies, man. And same thing, even electric cooktops, there's a lot of energy going into that. It's a bit EMF-y, but it's not as hardcore as an induction. So I'm personally not going to ever get an induction cooktop.
All right, that is crazy because EMFs are present in all electrical appliances and Wi-Fi routers and all the things. I got Kyra in the room. Kyra, want to say hi to the goons? Hi, goons. You say your name's Kyra? Yeah, you see some milk? Kyra sees milk. Oh, I dropped the milk. So yeah, everything has EMFs. At this point, the guy didn't seem too fazed by it. He was, barehanding the device that was measuring it as he was near the stove. So if he's fine, I'm sure we'll all be fine.
I ate it back in the day and I'm fine. McDonald's fries then versus now. Ice cream then versus now. It's crackers then versus now. Glyphosate usage then versus now. You cannot compare today's world to back then.
All right, interesting. It's all changed. It's all changed. They keep adding more chemicals.
So just a heads up, because I have to keep my community safe. If you guys are not aware of this, as of yesterday, there has been a recall on something that probably everyone in this country partakes in. So this is a very, very big deal. And this recall will be in effect until March of next year. Do you know what they're recalled? And this is not a product they make. This is chicken, guys. They have recalled chicken because of metal or something like that. So it's pretty interesting, guys. So basically, just to keep everyone safe, you guys go do your research, look at that, because how in the world does chicken get a recall because there are metals in the chicken? What does that mean? I don't know. You guys tell me in the comment section. And that's not a product we create. That is a animal. So that's very weird, guys. Very weird. But you guys be careful out there. It's 2024 and it's gonna keep getting strange. I'm out.
Yeah, that is strange. So there's heavy metals in chicken and they had to recall it? What happens to the humans that have heavy metals in them? Are we gonna recall the humans? What's the cure? What's the cure? What are they doing to the chickens? Are they gonna somehow remove the heavy metals and put the chickens back on the shelf? We're gonna keep it going. I'm spiraling. I
came across this video, but the creator has the stitches turned off. So I just grabbed a screenshot. I'll tag him in the caption below so you can go watch the full video if you want. But basically, this creator is talking about these childlike dolls that are being made, and these dolls scream and cry and even bruise. They are also anatomically correct. And I'm trying to be very careful with my words here. So as I'm saying all of this, if you're like me, your imagination is probably kicking in and you're starting to realize what these dolls are being manufactured for. So what I out there that is tech savvy enough to be able to figure something like this out, we should be selling these dolls. We absolutely should. And in the website where we sell these dolls, we need to send them to you. Let's get your shipping information. But surprise, surprise, instead of a doll, we send 911, check the hard drive. Just an idea I threw together. If anyone is willing and able to do something like this, you would be doing the world a great service.
Yeah, I agree with this lady. We can definitely use this as a heist. What's the thing that Chris Hansen does? What's the thing? Investigation. An investigation into what's really going on with these dolls, and then find a house, get people to show up to the house to pick up. Never mind, and then beat out those people because they're actually weird in that. All right, I'm going crazy. Why are they making these dolls? You stop it. Don't make these dolls. Or are the dolls? They're doing it to the dolls. They're not doing it to. Never mind. We're gonna keep it going. Too long of a reaction.
Wishing wells were probably used to create mineral water. Different coins or tokens made of different metals, and you put the coins in the water and it changes the water. 3 different layers. I'm building my own mineral water well, like penny loafers are for grounding.
Wait, someone needs to tell this lady this is not a well. This is not a wishing well. This is like a splash pad that is inflatable. I mean, what's going to happen once you leave? You think someone's going to leave the hose hooked up to... All right, very interesting. Wishing wells are a thing. They're real. Your wishes can come true. Why would you not risk it? Just throw in the coin and see if it happens. It's going to happen. You manifesting it.
Even the birds don't like the 5G. They're pulling it apart. They're actually pulling it apart. So that one over there, Jesus. They don't like it, mate. I tell you, they're not dumb, the birds. They know what's happening. Good on them, mate. Yeah. God, they're going for it, aren't they? They're like, fuck the 5G.
All right, so I'm looking at this. I'm not thinking the birds are attacking the 5G tower. I have seen birds grab wires to build nests. And if you look at all the birds, they're all attacking wires. So I'm thinking they need to build nests. Maybe it's mating season. Got to get that good nest to bring in that good mate, you know? You ain't going to go to a house that's not built. All right, quite interesting, but could be anything. Let's see. I mean, they're using the towers for something. Projecting. We're going to keep it going.
Sungazing is an ancient Egyptian practice that will drastically improve your life on all levels, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Now, the 30-minute window when the sun rises and the sun sets, because the sun actually doesn't rise or set, it just comes in and out of our perspective, it is actually safe to gaze at the sun. Not only is it safe, but it will improve your eyesight, improve your endocrine health, improve your sleep cycles. It balances melatonin and serotonin levels, which is your feel-good chemicals. It will boost your energy, and most importantly, it will decalcify the pineal gland. Now, the ancient Egyptians realized how important sun gazing is as they depicted it in their iconography. You can also see here when the rays of the sun hit the eyes of the ancient Egyptian god is presented with the Ankh. Now, the Ankh is the symbol of eternal life. It represents spirituality, duality, feminine and masculine. All life. Now, these people did not worship the sun like you have been indoctrinated to believe. Worshipping is something that Christians do with Jesus. They understood that without the sun, there would be no life on earth. And in turn, they paid their endless gratitude and respect towards the sun. And this is exactly why we have been indoctrinated since birth to fear the sun. Oh, the sun causes cancer, wear sunglasses, wear sunscreen. It's all bullshit, because they know that the sun will upgrade your DNA and elevate your consciousness, and it will tap you into your true divinity. This is why these people were able to accomplish wonders. Being afraid of the one thing that gives life to everything on this earth is the highest form of manipulation and brainwashing. So go out and sun gaze. Peace and love.
All right, yeah, that is interesting. They definitely use the sun as a way of being grateful for what they have. And they also use this thing in the Nile River. You know, the pharaohs would do a full release into the Nile River to get good crops for the year. So a lot of appreciation things Egyptians did. Sun gazing real good. Sun gazing real good.
I live and work in Spain, making roughly 1,000 euros a month, which in America is nothing, but in Spain is more than enough to live. I only work 16 hours a week, and I'm able to afford a super nice apartment in the city center of Madrid. Food costs me 20 euros a week. My electric bill is like 30 euros a month. I don't have to worry about gas or a car payment or insurance because the public transportation system is so world class that you don't even need a car at all. Madrid is like the New York of Spain, except if you were living in the city center of New York, you'd have to be making literally at least $5,000 a month, and that's extremely lowballing it. Just their way of life in general, like, is so much more relaxed and just taking time to enjoy life rather than just working constantly. They literally have a siesta in the middle of the day where they take 3 hours to go nap or go to a coffee shop to hang out with friends. Like, the American mind cannot fathom. It's just crazy to me because, like, you've been told growing up your whole life that America is the best country in the world. That's just so far from the truth. And it's, like, very obvious how much worse it is now that I've gotten out.
It's not about what country is the best in the world, but where you are the best in the world. And usually that's your home. Hey, I feel the best at home. Quite interesting. I keep getting more and more videos of like, hey, it's cheaper to live everywhere else except America and all these built up countries. We need to live in these other countries because it's cheaper. Hey, go ahead and live in those countries. You do you, boo.
There's something that humans do that makes our brain reduce in volume. And the more we do this, we start releasing a chemical in our brain that causes disoriented thinking, delusions, even hallucinations. We can even lose up to 3% of cortical gray matter. Gray matter is the outermost layer that processes information. So many people do this, and if they don't become aware of this, or they don't get help for this, 10 to 12 cc's of brain tissue can be permanently damaged. What can cause this disruption and change in our brain is when we are unable to say maybe. It sounds ridiculous, but maybe is one of the most powerful words for your brain. When we believe something to our core, nobody could shake that belief. When facts disprove it, we still believe it. Our brain can reduce in volume. Whatever we believe to our core, our reticular will filter out any information that contradicts that. When we say maybe, we are preventing our brain from going into psychosis. Psychosis doesn't always mean somebody running in the streets waiting for God or aliens to take them. How to prevent this is just to become aware, to challenge our biases, understanding that our beliefs are okay to have, but they're not right for everyone, making peace with our fears and releasing control.
There you go. All you got to do is say maybe. You know, they say the like button also creates psychosis, but you just keep saying maybe. Maybe, like button, maybe. Hey, are you a goon? Did you interact with the video before the video even started? Come on now, we're looking for the true goons. We need the interaction now more than ever. They keep hitting us with ad suitability issues. So, you know, the money's not coming in. So do support us. Become a member. That is the best way. We love all of our members. Shout out to you guys. You guys are keeping this channel afloat. All right, we're gonna keep it going.
You can find your car keys, find a parking place. You can make money in the stock market. And my opinion is that the most important thing you can do with remote viewing is discover who you are. Now, it's important for me to tell you that remote viewing is not a spiritual path. But if you learn to quiet your mind and move your awareness into timeless awareness, you are likely to begin to experience things that surprise you, give you another view of reality. For example, if you look in the mirror in the morning and think that who you see in that mirror is who you really are, you're in for a lot of suffering, in my experience. My opinion is that who you really are is non-local awareness, independent of space and time. You are that awareness that allows you to move your experience, to move your consciousness, to move your perception anywhere in the world, independent of space and time.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by the dancing guy. Yeah, I've gotten this TED Talk that was banned and stuff. Hey, you are what you perceive. You are what you see. You are what you envision. All right, hop over to our timeline if you need to. By hop, you mean you just project over to our timeline. It's not a true hop. All right, we're going to keep it going. Sorry. Yeah, you're going to drive a car?
So I'm 31 years old. I just quit my job, sold my house in Chicago, bought an RV, and I'm traveling. And currently I've been sitting at a beach for the 7th day in a row. And I thought to myself, I wonder, this is probably what retired people feel like. That freedom. I just learned how to find it at a younger age, which is whatever. That's fine. But then I started thinking a little more, and I was like, well, what's the average life expectancy of somebody in the United States of America? And it was 77 years old. So I did a little math, and I was like, so I'm expected to retire at 63. Well, let's just go with the average, right? And die 14 years later? You mean to tell me that you want me to fucking work? Damn. You want me to work for, I don't know, 18 to 63? I mean, I was just working since I was 13, so that's what, 50. You want me to motherfucking work for 40 to 50 years of my life so I can die 14 years? Fuck that bullshit. You ain't get me to do that. Bye. I don't give a shit what anybody says about me. I don't care if you think I'm lazy. I'm gonna figure it out a different way. I'm not glued to Christmas when I actually put it together.
Yeah, it sounds like this guy may have figured it out, but I'm going probably not. I've seen a lot of these influencer type people that are like, hey, I retired before the age of 60. and now I'm doing all this MLMs or some kind of weird things in order to make money, or I need to do social media posts in order to keep it going. And then once the views dry off, then you got to sell the van that you now bought in order to travel. And now the van's sitting and not being sold because not everyone wants to travel because now the thing is over. All right, yeah. Quite interesting. Maybe this guy figured out. Maybe he's the retiree we all need to be. Are you going to retire just because this guy did? Probably not.
Why the fuck did nobody tell me that it's illegal to drink 2 Olippops in less than 24 hours? Not even 24 hours.
You want to know something crazy? And this ties into that why he had explosive diarrhea, but the average American only gets about 15 grams of fiber a day, which is why diabetes is so rampant, heart disease is so rampant in America, because all the fiber is usually taken away through the processing of our foods. The recommended dose is about 25 to 30 grams a day. Those Olipop bottles, each one has 9 grams of fiber. If you pop in 2 of these bad boys within a 4-hour window, you're getting more fiber than the average American, and your body is not used to it. You're gonna be pissing out of your butthole. Now, don't get me wrong. The more fiber you're intaking, the better it is for you. First, it'll make you feel fuller, so you'll be less likely to overeat, which means you're probably gonna be easier to stick to a calorie deficit. So while I do recommend you keep getting that fiber in, drink those Olippops if you have to. It's better than getting no fiber a day. You just got to pace it. Same thing applies to things like cherries. Cherries will make you piss out your butthole, right? Because not only does it have a ton of fiber, but it also has a sugar alcohol called sorbitol that will make you poop like water. The more fiber, the better, right?
Wow, I like that friend. I like the friend's reaction. I got Kyra trying to get something on my keyboard, but I don't know what it is, so we put her down for now. We'll figure it out. So I've never heard of Olipop or Lollipop or whatever this guy is, but it sounds horrible. The only time I ever want water coming out of there is if I'm going for my yearly colonoscopy for the Crohn's disease. Other than that, I ain't gonna eat any of these things to make me want to do it on purpose, Unless it's a way of losing. Never mind, just stick with the calorie deficit. All right, let's keep it going.
Nestlé is a multinational, multi-trillion-dollar institution that owns dozens and dozens of other companies. They are very well in control of things. So Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, things like that. It's basically those three. They just run the food industry, right? Yeah. And there's a huge markup on plant-based foods and like sugar and things like that. And sugar's addictive. Fructose is the sweet part of sugar, sweetest part of sugar. That gives a dopamine hit to the addiction centers of your brain, just like cocaine, heroin, and meth. Yeah. And there are MRI studies showing that fructose kills the same areas of your brain as meth to the same extent as meth.
Whoa.
All right. So this is a drug, and they're putting this in. This is the opium trade at the moment, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. The sugar industry is quite crazy, especially with the sugar alcohols. Even the previous guy mentioned, I've had similar experiences even with xylitol, which they say is good for your teeth, but you get too much in. Some people, such as me, that have Crohn's, hey, maybe water coming out. All right, yeah, quite interesting. Fructose too, huh? They all got this, it seems like. They're all, even Oreos do the same. We're gonna keep it going.
Listen, I am not one for conspiracy theories unless it's like really funny, but the other day on some deep corner of the internet, I saw one and it got my wheels turning, right? This conspiracy theory states that the reason that people are acting the way they are acting, along with the reason that food prices have gone up, is because the food supply that general humans are consuming, along with the fresh water supply that we are consuming, with drugs. Mostly hallucinogenics, because how else do you explain all the crazy that's happening in the world? And I read that, and I was like, there's no way, that's even insane for me, right? And we are clinically diagnosed crazy. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, someday, this time period is going to make it into textbooks. We'll say 2012 to 2024, right? Right now, this time period is going to make it into textbooks. And if I was 13, 14, 15 years old, reading about these events, and someone said to me, yeah, well, food prices and stuff went up and everyone was acting like that because everything was laced with hallucinogenics. That's why people were acting like fucking psychos to each other. Like, how far off could that be? I mean, think about it. People are acting fucking insane. The price of food has gone up astronomically. And why would the price of food have to go up that much? Because it's laced with drugs. The drug lords still have to make their money. They're still supplying. I don't know who laced the drugs. I didn't dive that deep into it. I might need to dive back into the internet and see this conspiracy theory further. Okay? But yeah, I mean, it would make sense. Now you might be sitting here saying, Jordan, what about the people, you know, that don't have fresh water or they can't afford this food? What the fuck do politicians and the government care about people that can't even afford food or fresh water? They don't care if they live or die. They don't care if we live or die and we can afford food and fresh water. We have access to it. They don't care about us. You think they're gonna care about people that can't buy into the drugged food and water supply? No! Hell with them! Get them gone faster. They don't care. So, yeah, conspiracy theory of the week. Our food and water supply has been drugged with hallucinogenics. That's part of the reason why people are acting like fucking psychos and why the price of food has gone up so high. And I think I'm going to keep this hat on for the remainder of the day because I don't need anyone entering my thoughts.
Yo, that hat be doing a lot of things, and they even sell like hats that are hiding the aluminum so people don't know. They look like regular hats, but they got full blocking tech. All right, anyway, yeah, is this lady onto something? I mean, I've heard of forever chemicals in the water supplies, especially when it's recycled water. So if there are drugs being flushed down and we can't filter them, then that is it. Oh man, I got Kyra trying to pull me away and I have 3 more videos. Are we gonna get through this? We're gonna try. We're gonna try.
So as you start waking up, you start switching certain things in your life. You learn that there's heavy metals even in the silverware that can leach into your mouth as you're eating it. You learn your toothbrush is made of 666 microplastics. Even get you with the straws. Just about every article of clothing I own has been switched out from plastic polyester. Double filter my shower. Use nothing but a highly diluted mild soap with organic plant ingredients. Rock the blue light glasses at any opportunity. Ditch the Bluetooth devices. Only eat out of clear glass dishes. Honestly, it goes on and on. But these things I've done over time, these things that I've learned were not serving me, things that I wanted to change out in my life because I learned too much about what they are. I want people to be paranoid or scared, but if you're conscious of the things you're putting on and in your body, a lot of things change. I just want to educate people about the toxins around them and let them make the choice.
Yeah, I like what this guy said, especially when it comes to waking up. You know, it isn't easy, but hey, when it happens, you are conscious and you know exactly what's going into your body and what's not. And you know what's good for you. You can manifest certain things at that point. Hey, maybe this guy's got some good info. Do check out his stuff if it's something that intrigues you. Otherwise, you know we're going to keep going through videos like this all the time and you can build up your own stuff without paying for anything. Oh, boy. Oh, all right, we're going to do 2 more, just 2 more.
This is my final straw. My final straw in capitalism. So and the paper that I supply with it that costs money, the ink that I supply it with costs money, and the house that I have to plug it into, the Wi-Fi that I use to connect it to, the phone that I use to print said things to, that all cost money. I can't use the printer unless I have a subscription to it. You have to have a subscription to said printer to use the printer that I already bought with money. I know life is just a bunch of subscriptions. At this point, we subscribe to the air that we breathe. But a printer? $5 a month. $5 a month to print things that I already bought. The printer already bought. Printer paid for. Ink paid for. Paper paid for. Phone paid for. Wi-Fi paid for. Electricity paid for. Printer. Subscription. My last straw. This is it.
No, that's your last straw. You should have seen this when they came to the automakers and they're like, hey, we have the ability to do remote start, but if you want to do remote start, you got to pay for the subscription. Mercedes me. Or it'll be like, hey, you want to do Tesla full self-driving? You're going to have to pay the subscription to do the full self-driving. But it's already in the car. You bought the car with the tech. And they're like, in order to use the tech, you need a subscription. Hey, it's because it's expensive for us. The thing's already in the air. What do you mean it's expensive? It's expensive for the thing to keep going in the air? Get out of here. Get out of here. They come with all these fake subscription models, and we got to figure out what's right for us. All right, we're going to do just one more to end them all.
Why do cats not display the same hip dysplasia and some of the other connective tissue disorders that dogs do? And the answer to that is because they purr. They are little physioacoustic generators, and they have an innate ability to know how to heal people. They like to climb on people, and they seem to have an understanding of when somebody's in pain, and they go right to that area, and they purr. The American Veterinarian Association has stated that the reason that cats don't have connective tissue disorders is because they do purr. That's physioacoustic therapy right there.
Sounds like cats figured it out. We need to start purring too. Maybe if we start purring, that's how we stop our ailments too. Hey, you made it to the end. How'd you do? A lot of crazy videos in this one. A lot of healing, a lot of interesting thoughts about waking up and stuff. It definitely gets your mind churning. Guys, you made it to the end. Do let me know. Angie Alves, like, hey, Teddy, I watched till the end, and I need to have a term that you tell us to write in the comments. That makes me feel whole. Hey, Angie, I'm going to tell you something right now. If you made it to the end, milk. Let me know. Milk. You made it to the end? I will know. I'll see it in the comments and I'll appreciate you. Other than that, there should be videos on the screen right now. Click on either one of them. Continue your goon fix. The one in the middle, you can subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, goodbye. Milk. Goodbye.
Wake up.